Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Gooner Lee with me. We've just beaten PSV 4-0 at the Emirates, back in the Champions League. Lee, boy, it feels good, I can't lie.
Listen, this feels exactly how it was at the start of last season. And you know what? There was a lot of discourse over the last couple of weeks. We haven't played well, and like, people were a bit worried. But you know, last season we started off like a house on fire, and then we kind of petered out. But this season it sort of feels like the opposite. We're warming, we're cooking slowly, and you know what? Today it kind of all came together. It was nice, and you know, to do it in a European kind of game where you're playing opposition that you don't know, you don't see every week. It was good to see. And you know what? I just want to talk about the captain. Like when he was given that captain's armband, nobody believed in him. Nobody thought that he was the right option. A lot of people kind of, from rival fans thought Maddison was better, but he's showing up and he's showing out weekly. And I don't know how we got him for 35 million or 30. I genuinely don't. That is some real good business by the club. And he's scoring goals, and you can see he's getting better. Like, when he first came, he didn't used to shoot from outside the box, and now he's getting goals like it's coming like Christmas. It's changing your boxes. It's crazy. So, it's nice to see. So, overall, I was quite confident before. I said 3-0 before. I was speaking to Charlene in Turkish, and
that's very confident.
Do you know what? I was confident because the fans. When I got off the train and I came here, and I was like, you know what? I saw the fans and everybody. It was good vibes. It was good energy, and when it's good vibes and it's good energy, you know what I'm like.
I know about that. Trust me.
You know what it's like, man. So no, but honestly, man, I feel good, and you know what? We go into the North London derby with confidence, and I feel that that's going to be a really important game. Today was a bit of a festival game, it felt like, in terms of just returning back to that competition, but the real kind of dark matches on Sunday. So, yeah, but today it was a really, really good match. And
does it send a message, this performance? I know you spoke about it on the watch, but I felt like, nah, it's PSV, but 4-0 in the Champions League. I think if you're Tottenham, you're thinking, bloody hell.
Yeah, do you know what? I think in Europe as well, I think, there aren't many teams that are currently looking overall complete better than us. I think we looked really good. And I would say, we did send a message out to teams. I think that, we could have faltered. We could have been nervous. Yeah. We could have been thinking, the pressure of playing in the Champions League. I think it was only El Nene from our Arsenal squad has ever played in the Champions League. I know how people like Havertz, Odegaard, Fabio Vieira, they've played, Jorginho, they've played in the Champions League before, but for different clubs. Yeah. So today, it all came together nicely. So I think, it's looking good. And as I said, it's so perfect that we scored 4 goals just before we play our arch rivals, well, the little brothers, the guys next door, innit? So, it's going to be good. But, my last point I want to talk about is the manager. And the thing I like about Arteta is he learns from his mistakes. I think the first couple of seasons, his substitutes, for examples, they weren't great. Like he wasn't even making a sub, or they were coming in the 80th, 85th minute. He's now learning to trust his squad, and maybe it's because he's got his full squad.
Yeah, because some people say he's quite stubborn, but he improves though.
But he's learning from his mistakes, and he's learning to show and to trust his team a little bit more, and when to make the right subs. He could have kept those players on and said, you know what, go out there, have a bit of fun. But you know what? It's not about that. It's about the squad. It's about the team. So he brought Reece Nelson on. He brought Jorginho with that experience to just see the game out. Yeah. So I'm liking that. And I feel like you can... we all trust Arteta, but you can see that it's not just a hearsay that you have to trust him. He's actually showing and proving why you should trust him because of the substitutes and the tactics that he's showing. So, listen, that Sunday game is going to be important.
Do you heavily rotate for that Sunday game, or do you keep it similar to today?
I think pretty much the same. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same team that started today. And look, who am I to question him? Because ultimately, that was the best performance, and we were at home. So why would I ask him to change it? I definitely don't want to see too many changes, because ultimately I feel like you're trying to mess with the flow of the team. Jesus is going to be important because he's so maverick in terms of the way he plays. He can pull people out of position, so that's going to be interesting. But listen, tonight's performance, a stellar performance from Odegaard, and as I said, I'm going to repeat it again. How the hell we got him for 35 million? I don't know, but listen, long may it continue. We've got another 5 games in the group, and here's to the Champions League, baby.